Every now and again, I get sent something which is a bit puzzling. I would say that's quite often, to be honest with you. People send me stuff, and I think to myself, oh, blimey, I don't know what to do with this. And it's very kind, and thank you very much for all the copious numbers of emails, and of course, the wonderful donations that people do send in. But every now and again, there's things that make me go, oh, what should I do? And I want to show you something that somebody sent in to me. I can't verify any of this, so I can only go by what was said to me from this particular correspondent. And you'll have to make up your own mind. And I say that just as a precaution because I'm not saying any of this is true, but I'm not saying it's not true because I really have no idea. I want to show you something and see if you can tell me what this is. Maybe you've done this yourself and you've discovered the same thing. Have a look at this. You see that? What is that? What is that little thing? Now, if I tell you that this is being looked at under presumably a microscope, this is tap water. Now, I believe it's probably in my area, down on the south coast, but it could be all over the place, and I'm wondering what you make of it, because this picture was sent in and they said, I found this in my tap water. And it's not just this one picture. There's here we are. Here's another one. This is a different thing floating about within the water. I would love to know what the magnification is, but this does look like it's pretty man-made. Look at that square-shaped thing. I mean, to me, it looks like some form of chip, does it not? Let's have a look at another one. There, look. It's got a chip and it's got some tails on the end of it. And one wonders whether that it will connect and swim around in the water and connect. Now, if we're drinking this water, then this stuff is getting into our bodies. That would be the thing. Now, of course, I'm just telling you, I can't vouch for any of this. This has been sent in. And as I say, you have to do your own due diligence. But it would be interesting if anybody could find some information about this. But I just bring it to your attention. So here's another one. Look at that. A very strange shaped object. And here a close-up of something floating about, which does not look like it came from nature. Would you agree? Let me just flick back through those so you can see them again. There's that one. Now I can probably zoom in a bit more if you like. There we go. Look at that. It does seem to have some sort of connections in there. I don't know what they are. There's this one. Let's zoom into that one a little bit more so you get a vague idea of what that's about. And then there's this strange one. We'll zoom in there. And then another one here, floating about in tap water, looked under at presumably some great great magnification. I'll say that. That's the easiest for me to say. Anyway, the point is, now, is that being put into the tap water by Treatment Works? And I'm not saying it is, I'm not saying it isn't. Or is it? And I have this feeling that it's more likely that it's falling out of the sky from all this geoengineering that's been going on. I mean, have you noticed? I mean, I don't know if you're in England as you watch this, but certainly on the south coast where I am, it does seem that we get one day of reasonable sunshine every 1 or 2 weeks. And then it's just grey cloud. They're out there in force, spraying the skies. I mean, it is so bleeding obvious now that this is manufactured weather that I'm surprised that people haven't noticed that yet again another grey sky every day, another grey sky, grey sky, grey sky, grey sky at night. Shepherds go and commit suicide because they know that actually their sheep are probably who knows? Their sheep are probably covered in this stuff. Whatever the particles it is, this nanotechnology that they're throwing in there, the graphene and the graphite or whatever it is, and the other stuff that they may well be shoving in, the heavy metals into the skies, has to be falling down, has to be trickling down. And if that's doing that, it probably is falling into the reservoirs, getting into the land, getting into the water table, and then finally going through the treatment plant. And maybe the treatment plant cannot get rid of these things. I mean, what will they do? Filter them? Maybe they can filter, but their filters have to be reasonably large in order to capture stuff, don't they? Maybe it can be boiled away, but would this be so small that it would go up with the steam if you were to do the old whatever you call it when you boil the water and you capture the steam. I can't think of the word at the moment. But this is a worrying thing. Or is this being purposely shoved in? Or there is another option, of course, is that this technology, let's have another look at it here, that this has come out in people's urine because maybe they were, let's say, jabbed with something, perhaps a couple of years ago when there was a great kerfuffle, and maybe that this technology was in their system, in their body, and has slowly worked its way out, not all of it, but some of it, into the urine, which has gone through the treatment works, bypassed all the various things, and has ended up back in the water. I would dearly love to know what you think about this, because this is a worrying development. Now, the theory is that you hear everywhere is that the 5G towers that are being put up will, once they're activated and the network is fully complete, be switched on. And these things will be activated within our bodies. Now, I didn't have the medical intervention, but I do drink water like the rest of us. And although I filter it, and I don't have an osmosis thing, the whatever it's called, but I do have the boiling up thing, but I don't always use that. And sometimes when you're out and about and you have a cup of tea at somebody and you think, oh, I'll be all right with a little bit of tap water. Is this stuff getting into our bodies? Is it going to be dangerous, or will it just flush through? It may be so benign that it's not a worry. But just look at the shape of it. That is not a thing of nature. That should not be in the water. Now, again, just to say, I can't vouch for these pictures. I have no reason to doubt that they aren't true and laudable and everything else, that they were sent in good faith, and that they were photographed at some high resolution in under a microscope or whatever. But I'd be interested in your thoughts about that. Answers on a postcard, please. Answers in the comments. Please try not to send me too many emails. And by the way, just on the emails, I do get very, very behind because I am driving about quite a bit and I'm not always here. And I get behind and I'm, recording lots of bits and pieces and meeting people and having phone calls. And so very often you won't hear from me back. I try to read everything, but I just really can't keep on top of all the emails, and I apologise for that. I don't have a PA who will do all of that. It's not something that I want to really have somebody else trawling through all my emails, I just have that one email address, you see. So if you don't hear from me, if you don't, please don't send me loads of links to long, lengthy videos because I just don't get to watch them anymore. I just don't have time. But I will try and answer, at least some of the emails every day, as much as I can. But if you know anything about these things and what they are, I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and be careful what you drink.